There's a place in the Pacific that has hundreds of miles of shining water, towering 800-year-old trees, one of the tallest waterfalls in the world, wildlife at every turn, and adventures enough for everyone. A place with world-class restaurants and wineries, distilleries, and a cornucopia of local produce. A place where ancient petroglyphs and the cutting edge coexist, and where tranquility rubs shoulders with excitement. Where you're a world away, but a plane or ferry ride near. The place? Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. The region has become a culinary powerhouse in recent years, and whether it's relais and chateau dining or a delicious fish taco on a fisherman's wharf, local food features strongly on our menus. There are over 25 vineyards in the region, many offering tours, and what could be nicer than wandering through a sun-baked vineyard, listening to the crickets before a tasting in a cool cellar. There are cideries here too, where you can wander through apple orchards, even visit a distillery, and watch the gleaming copper at work, creating apple brandy. We don't neglect our beer either, and boast 12 breweries and brew pubs alone, many of them medal winners. Try some, and you'll understand why we've become a must for beer connoisseurs. And there are still some places where everything stops for afternoon tea, giving you a chance to experience English elegance. And wherever you go, you'll find award-winning bakers, cheesemakers, charcutiers, and produce growers, and overflowing market stalls. So slow down, take a trip, and taste a bit of magic on the way. Here you are. A challenging fairway sweeps away before you, shining ocean to the left, and the clincher, a backdrop of snow-capped mountains, rises up in the distance. And you think, why can't all courses be like this? Some of the best golf in British Columbia is on Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. There's variety, from the spectacular challenge of the Jack Nicklaus-designed Bear Mountain course to beautifully appointed courses all the way up north, as well as 3 superb courses on the Sunshine Coast. People just love to play here. Maybe that's why we were voted Best Value on the Continent by Golf Magazine. And if you find yourself shooting 10 over your usual, blame it on the amazing scenery. Go on, play Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. The Vancouver Island and Sunshine Coast region is a must-see destination for garden lovers. Best viewing months are from April to September. Victoria takes its flowers so seriously that in early spring, they count every bloom. The Butchart Gardens are world famous, with magnificent blooms by day and fireworks by night in the summer. Elsewhere, visit a quintessential West Coast garden. Wander through Japanese and Italian gardens, or gardens that have the look and feel of an English stately home. Further up Vancouver Island, there are botanical, woodland, and formal gardens. And if rhododendrons are your passion, head for gardens in Courtenay or Seashelt on the Sunshine Coast, where there are hundreds of different varieties. Ready to do the wild thing? Let's go see some whales. You can view orcas, gray whales, humpback whales, and dolphins here. With a flick of the tail, whales take awe-inspiring to a different level. The world's biggest mammal. On your trip, you may also see seals, porpoises, sea lions, sea otters, and soaring eagles. Back on dry land, it's time for bears. We're the black bear capital of North America, with around 12,000. They weigh up to 600 pounds, so guided bear watching is the way to go. Want to see some grizzlies in their natural habitat? From North or mid-Vancouver Island, take a trip across to the inlets on the mainland coast to watch these magnificent creatures. The region has over 200 species of birds, and in Victoria, the hummingbird is resident all year round. And for a final unforgettable sight, watch the salmon leaping as they fight their way up the island's rivers. That's Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Small in size, big in nature. Imagine paddling across the blue water of an inlet in a canoe, listening to stories of a time long ago, then stopping for a lunch of salmon roasted over an open fire. Smell the wood smoke, listen to the gulls, and realize that you're looking at a scene that hasn't changed for thousands of years. That's the First Nations magic of the region, a place of legend and folklore. Here, you can watch carvers at work, wonder at fine tapestries, taste traditional foods, watch dances, ceremonies, and listen to First Nations people talking about their culture. In Duncan on Vancouver Island, visit the Coatson Cultural Centre for dancing and live demonstrations. See the famous Nuchaltnuth whaling sculpture in Port Alberni, or walk in the footsteps of First Nations history. The Nootka Island Trail has been used by Aboriginal peoples for over 4,000 years. And 3 kilometers off the northeastern flank of Vancouver Island, visit the wonderful Umista Cultural Centre in Alert Bay, where guides provide visitors with an understanding of symbols, masks, and totems. In Sechelt on the Sunshine Coast, take a walking journey through time and listen to the legends the trees have to tell of the Shuswap people's appreciation for the land. Come, visit here, and you can travel back in time with us on an incredible cultural journey. When you want to get out there, there's more out there here. Some of the world's great journeys are here. If you haven't paddled through the Broken Islands or the Sechelt Inlet, you haven't paddled. For excitement, take a boat ride through the whirlpools of the Skookumchuck Narrows off the Sunshine Coast. Years ago, if you were a shipwrecked sailor on Vancouver Island, the only way home was via the West Coast Trail, one of the world's best. It's 75 kilometers long and takes 7 days. Sandy beaches, rocky headlands, caves, creeks, and tidal pools are all on your journey. For something gentler, try the North Island's North Coast Trail or the beautiful Sunshine Coast Trail. If you want to let the water do the work, there's the adrenaline rush of whitewater river rafting, or try a lazy float down the river, or boating in Desolation Sound. Want to go under? Some of the world's best temperate water diving is here. Take a dive day off Powell River or Nanaimo and frolic with harbor seals. There's surfing on Vancouver Island, and the big wave chargers head for Tofino. It's one of the coolest places on the planet to surf. Then there's sailing, windsurfing, bungee jumping. But what are you waiting for? Come out here and get out there. We don't hibernate in winter. There's a whole other side to life here. How many other places can you ski and golf on the same day? Great snowfall and friendly temperatures draw downhill skiers and snowboarders to Mount Washington, voted top 10 best powder by Ski Canada magazine. The surfers don't stop either, and they'll be out there. But what could be nicer than storm watching on a dramatic Pacific afternoon before hunkering down with a hot cider by a log fire? Come on over. The region is a place for all seasons and all reasons. Want to look at a world-famous woolly mammoth? Ride a steam train, catch an opera, Shop till you drop. Ride in a carriage. Listen to a floating symphony orchestra. Or take in the sensational waterfalls, a festival, or a drag race. There are so many fascinating things to see and do. There are wonderful places to stay, and the region's accommodation covers everything from funky little rustic cabins and B&Bs to luxurious and exclusive getaways. Condé Nast has voted us Best Island in North America 9 consecutive times, and the Sunshine Coast is British Columbia's best kept secret. And if all that activity makes you want to slow down and relax, we have spas. You'll find all the tranquility you need where you can smooth away the strain of having a wonderful time. And don't forget that essential Vancouver Island and Sunshine Coast experience, lying in a hot tub with a cool glass of something, with the sound of the ocean and the cry of a kingfisher. And you say to yourself, I like this place. Come to our place. Visit Vancouver Island and the Vancouver Coast and Mountains region, your gateway to the Sunshine Coast. We'll give you the time of your life.
This production was made possible with funding provided by the Island Coastal Economic Trust.